So there looks like we got a problem with old Beater Ranger here. Unfortunately, we got a bad bearing. It's making a huge humming noise. So we gotta get that fixed. I already bought the part. Vance Auto. I think it was like, I don't know, $16 with the code. So yeah, what happened was I was coming out of this mall and I hit this pothole, man. It must have been like, let's see, I'd say 1.5 to 2 feet deep. I hit it, bam! Felt like I hit the, rim on metal or something. And then it started making a small, rubbing noise. And it gradually got louder and louder. Now it sounds like metal to metal. So I'm pretty sure this bearing, which I replaced about 5 months ago, is gone. So gotta make some room. And then we're gonna hook it up. Now, we gotta find out what's making that grinding noise. I already know what it is. Ball joint is toast. Oh, just give me the bearing's toast from that hit. So, to take the bearing out in these trucks, a lot of people already know this, but this is for beginners and a lot of people don't work on cars. The bearing, let me get the one I just bought. Excuse me. Bearings for these cars are, it's not assembly. Like newer cars, or even my Corvette has a whole hub you can just take off, and the bearings are sealed inside of the hub. So it's a lot faster and cleaner job. This, the bearings are inside the rotor. So I gotta take this whole rotor out, take the grease cap out, and replace the bearings that are riding on the spindle right here. There's a spindle right here. So this is a little bit more of a job than a simple hub swap of the newer cars. So that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna get it going. That's what's popping. I think I did this probably about 7 months ago also. Only problem with this, I bought some cheap Dura, I think Duralast. Yeah, I think they were Duralast. I bought some cheap Duralast. Let's see, cheap Duralast bearings last time. About the cheapest you could buy, but I don't think it was the bearings' fault. I think when I hit another airplane, I wait till this airplane goes. God, it's annoying. Well, that's a fun living by airport. Anyway, when I hit that pothole, it was almost about I guess a 1.5 foot deep pothole that was in the parking lot. So when I hit it, it probably scored the surface on these rings that come in these bearings. I'm going to show you later in this episode. And that's where you hear that grinding noise. And, you know, it's very irritating. I hate this. One problem you could happen is that these bearings could seize up. Bearing seize up, that means this whole assembly will stop. Your tire will just stop in the middle of the road, and this tire will be scraping, or you'll just veer left or right. Yeah, it ain't good. So that happened to me one time, and I think it was in the winter time, in this car, when it was white. And luckily I was going about 35 miles an hour, and it just veered to the left and ran into the curb. But yeah, you go on the freeway and your bearing seize up, you're toast. Period. So I'm gonna get this off. Okay, so first thing we need to do is remove point. Okay, first thing we need to do is remove this caliber, separate this caliber from this caliber bracket. And that is held on by these two screws. There's one there. Let's see. There's one there. And one at the bottom, down here. So, I've already found the socket for it, and it is 13 millimeters. So, the 13 millimeter socket for the two caliber bolts that are mounted to the caliber bracket. So I'm going to pop those off and then proceed because it's getting dark. Alright, we're going to inspect the spindle here. See if there's any scarring around. So clean that up real good. Yep, it's not gonna work. Well, as you can see, they gave me the wrong part number or part. Not sure what it is, but this does not fit the original at all. It won't even fit the spindle. So let's see what part number it says. It says Kurt wheel bearing. Yeah, man, this is the wrong setup for this car. So I'm back from the automotive store, and I have the right part this time. Got it from O'Reilly's. They match up perfect. So now I can proceed. So unfortunately, my camera, SD card, some of the information or data was corrupt. So I didn't get to film the ending of the install of this bearing assembly. I'm going to show you some of the attributes of this thing. Here you have the rear. So this is the one that came out of my car. Rear bearing, as you can see. So this is called the inner bearing. Goes into the race like that. And attaches to the inner bearing. The spindle's right here. My finger is. It goes right in like that. So I did have to remove these races. So you just tap these races out with the screwdriver. You come from the opposite end, you get the edge of it, and you just hammer them out. You should be able to get them out. That's the way I did it. I had a film, but the card got corrupt. Anyway, so this is the outer bearing assembly. It has a smaller race on it. They call these races. And it goes like this. It goes in this way. In from the front. So this is the outer bearing. Now, I'm going to show you an example of a brand new outer bearing. Outer race, excuse me. See the surface of it? Nice and smooth and shiny. Now, here's the one that came out of my car. That was making that grinding noise. You see that right there? See if I can get something. Well, I don't even have to point it to you. You can see it. There is a nudge right there. That's where I hit that bump. I hit that bump. This bearing inside of it shot up and hit the edge of this race because that's how dramatic of an impact it was, and it scored the race surface. See that? And that is the noise I was hearing. This bearing right along this race, grinding at multiple revolutions. So I got that whine noise, or that grinding metal to metal noise. So that was the problem, and all from a huge impact from a huge pothole. So we do have the wheel back on. Bearing installation is complete. And that should do it. Gotta take it for a test drive.